Did you know that I spoke at the free speech stage in the free speech zone at the RNC? I was also an elected delegate, but I wasn't allowed to speak inside the RNC. And so I went out there and spoke to a bunch of fences that people walking by couldn't figure out how to get in through. It was pretty unbelievable. But yeah, they're going to try any means of communication, any means of exchanging ideas or goods freely. They are going to try and tap into and control and manipulate. And it's up to us to use the tools and resources at our fingertips that we have now to fight as hard as we can. It is up to us to start making sacrifices and to start changing the way we live and addressing the real issues in our society. And the biggest one that I can see is the existence of our federal government.
It sounds trite. It sounds trite, but, you know, our children will have to pay the price for our you know, lack of activism at this point. But it's different because this age of the technotronic era, I mean, they're going to really pay the penalty, and this is why the onus is really, I mean, we've got to be, not that we're the most important generation in history, transforming, you know, into the technotronic era, as Brzezinski calls it, but we have a major responsibility to make sure that this technology and these communication devices are used for the people and not for the elites. John Bush, you had a quote by Murray Rothbard on coalition activism. I wanted you to get to that.
I will. Before I get to that, a quick side note on what you just said. I think it is absolutely imperative, and we are going to be one of the most important generations to ever exist in the history of civilization, and exactly for the reason of technology, because the establishment at this moment, while we can utilize the technology to combat them, Catherine does a great job of that with the social media and, you know, doing a live internet stream from your phone and whatnot. They have the technology, the use of microwave weapons, predator drones, to where if we do not prevent them from setting up their technocratic dictatorship, mankind as a whole may never have the opportunity to rebel or revolt again, and we will return to the old order when there was total control from the monarchs.
Yeah, Huxley knew that in the 1950s, and he was talking, I think what most people probably think the New World Order is doing, he was talking about 50, 60 years ago. We'll promote this event tomorrow. Thank you, John Bush, Catherine Bleish, for joining us. I'm Jack Blood. Stay tuned for the Truth or Girls, AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Free Christie. We'll be right back. Stay bold.
The main reason that I'm calling, though, is actually I had called last week regarding net neutrality, and I got let go before I could actually make a response, and I wanted to say that I agree with what you had said about that issue. The other part of it, though, is that it kind of seems like a lose-lose situation in the sense that there's such a monopolistic tactics going on with telecommunications that if you're not going to get taken control of by the FCC, you're going to get taken control of by cartel capitalism.
Right. So what do you do about that? This is why. Hold on, man, because this is exactly the point. We cannot be protected. Okay, our freedom are not going to be protected by the government. We know that. That is, there's so many examples that would take another 5 hours to just go through a list, let alone expand on those. But the fact of the matter is,
it's pretty. I would say it's ubiquitous within every industry.
And vote with our dollars and vote out a Comcast or somebody who is trying to take over the internet, then we don't deserve a free internet. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. I totally agree with you. And I was just going to say, I think that kind of business tactic is ubiquitous within a lot of industries. But I think one of the solutions was when I brought it up on the last show was that John Bush brought up, trying to create our own internet services, which I don't really know how you would go about doing that, but that seems like a good way to go about it.
Not that hard. The one thing you need a lot of people with servers and a little bit of technology, and it's just kind of like a pirate radio station. You just kind of link them up. I could go into detail if you like, but I suggest that people start getting ready for that now because they just signed an order basically that says the president, they say he doesn't have a kill switch, but he kind of does. They could just take down the internet tomorrow if there's a national emergency and they feel that it's in the way of them controlling their people. So we need to have a contingency plan. I talk about this all the time, and it's kind of one of my little areas of expertise. Fact of the matter is, how about we make it simple enough, 715, and do it like this? No net neutrality. We'll take care of, we'll restore the free market if we can, but no government intervention and no making laws about what we can do, say, and act, and our broadband capability and the speed of the internet. How about they just stay the hell out of it?
You know, I agree with you 100%, Jack, and, you know, I'm going to let you go real quick, but before I do, the last issue, and it's a really important one, is that the United States has just authorized the killing of Anwar al-Awlaki. He is a United States citizen, and he has never been tried or found guilty for any of his crimes. And that is a huge step in the wrong direction, in my opinion, and thanks for all your good work.
Another great call. Thank you so much for calling in. We'll come back, go to area code 956 right after this. Stay with us, American Freedom Radio.
We got to fight the powers that be.